Teyana Taylor just dropped a bombshell that has left fans, followers, and the entire entertainment industry in a whirlwind. She's pregnant, but what really sent shockwaves across the internet wasn't just the pregnancy announcement itself. It was who the father is reportedly, a man named Aaron. While many had speculated about the status of her relationship, the real gut punch came from Iman Shumpert's reaction. According to multiple insiders, he was completely devastated by the news. They say he broke down upon hearing it, not just emotionally but physically. And now the public is watching as this deeply personal fallout plays out in real time. For weeks, fans have been whispering, sharing subtle clues and photos that hinted Teyana might be expecting. A slightly oversized hoodie here, a carefully cropped image there. But no one expected her to confirm it so soon. According to sources close to her, she broke the news during a small private celebration surrounded by trusted family and friends. It was supposed to be a quiet, intimate moment. But clearly, someone in that circle had other plans. Just hours after the private reveal, the story hit the internet, spreading like wildfire. Social media exploded, and it didn't take long for all eyes to lock on Iman. That same evening, a man was spotted leaving a recording studio in Los Angeles. Witnesses say he didn't look like himself. His eyes were swollen, his face looked puffy, as if he had been crying. One person who saw him claimed he even stumbled when someone mentioned the pregnancy. That image alone, this strong, stoic figure, visibly shaken on a public sidewalk, struck a chord. While some brushed it off as exaggerated drama, people close to Iman painted a different picture. This wasn't just sadness. This was heartbreak, confusion, maybe even betrayal. Not long ago, Teyana and Iman were the couple everyone admired. They seemed to have it all: young love, a beautiful daughter, creative chemistry, both on and off screen. Their energy was magnetic, their bond looked unbreakable. But behind closed doors, it was a different story. Quiet whispers of infidelity, emotional distance, and growing apart had started to float around within the industry. By 2023, the couple quietly announced their separation. It was framed as mutual, peaceful, even mature. But for many, it never really felt final. Enter Aaron. At first, he was simply a friend, someone Teyana leaned on during a vulnerable chapter in her life. But over time, things started to shift. Photos of them began to surface, not just at public events, but also during cozy family moments, even vacations with Teyana's daughter. What began as comfort started looking a lot like love. Some fans applauded the new relationship, seeing it as a fresh start. Others, especially those still emotionally invested in Teyana and Iman's love story, called it a rebound. But one thing was certain: Iman was not okay with it. Insiders say Iman never really moved on, that he still referred to Teyana as his person. He had reportedly been holding on to hope, quietly believing they might find their way back to each other. So when he heard about the pregnancy, and that Aaron was the father, it wasn't just painful. It shattered him. One source claimed he literally collapsed to the floor when he heard. They said he couldn't even speak for hours, and when he tried calling Teyana, she didn't pick up. Friends close to him say he's been spiraling, questioning when things truly ended and wondering if Aaron had already been in the picture while he and Teyana were still trying to patch things up. The timeline, as it stands, is messy. And that silence from Teyana, it may speak louder than any public statement. Meanwhile, Aaron has remained calm. He hasn't addressed the public or posted any long-winded captions, but he hasn't been hiding either. He's been by Teyana's side at events, playing the role of a father figure, and according to some sources, offering her a sense of peace and stability that was missing in her marriage. From the outside, he looks like the steady, supportive partner. But for Iman, it probably feels like someone else just stepped into the life he built. Friends of Aaron insist he's serious about Teyana. Some even say he's been in love with her long before things were public, but not everyone's convinced. Critics argue that the relationship may have moved too fast, that Teyana was still healing, and Aaron may have been more of a soft landing than a love story. Whatever the truth is, the emotional impact on Iman is undeniable. To him, Aaron isn't just a new man, he's a replacement. And that type of emotional displacement can plant seeds of resentment that linger far beyond a breakup. The fallout hasn't just affected the couple, it's tearing at the fabric of their families. Teyana's mother is reportedly thrilled about the new relationship. She sees Aaron as a calm, grounding presence, someone who brings balance and security to her daughter's life. But Iman's family, not so much. They're reportedly angry, confused, and above all, deeply hurt by the pregnancy announcement. There's talk of communication breakdowns between the families, rising tensions during child custody exchanges, and once civil co-parenting efforts falling apart. One source even said, bluntly, the families can't stand each other right now. And while the family drama unfolds privately, the internet has taken this deeply personal situation and turned it into a digital battleground. Teyana's fans have rallied behind her, calling her brave for choosing herself and prioritizing her happiness. They view her as a woman who walked away from toxicity and embraced healing. But Iman's fans are in mourning. They say he was blindsided, that he tried to hold on, and didn't deserve the emotional gut punch of learning the woman he loved was starting a new family. The divide isn't just emotional, it's investigative. TikTok sleuths, YouTubers, and Reddit threads are dissecting old interviews, photos, and social media posts, trying to pin down the exact timeline. When did Teyana and Aaron really start dating? Was she pregnant before her divorce with Iman was finalized? Some believe the lines are blurred, that even if there was no overlap physically, there may have been one emotionally. And if that's ever confirmed, it could stir not just gossip, but legal drama too. There's already quiet speculation that this could lead to custody battles, child support disputes, or public statements. Some even suggest that Iman may channel his heartbreak into music, using lyrics to air out what he can't say aloud. If he does, fans will be listening closely for every word, every metaphor, looking for clues to his side of the story. At its core, this saga is heartbreakingly human. It's about two people who once built a life together, now navigating very different paths. One embracing change, motherhood, and new love. The other trying to pick up the pieces, haunted by what could have been. Their friends, their families, their fans. Everyone's caught in the emotional crossfire. And though no one outside their circle knows the full story, that hasn't stopped the public from trying to fill in the blanks. What makes this story so magnetic is its emotional honesty. There's love, there's loss, betrayal, resilience, all unfolding under the relentless glare of fame and public curiosity. Whether this chapter ends in peace or spirals into something messier remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, this story, it's far from over. And then there are the TikTok theories. One viral video even suggested Iman's breakdown was staged, a calculated move for public sympathy. Whether that's true or not, it shows just how deep this story runs. Every look, every photo, every silence is under the microscope. So what do you think? Was Iman's reaction pure heartbreak or something more strategic? Is this the tragic end of a love story, or the beginning of something even more complicated? Drop your thoughts in the comments.